Hi there and welcome to another edition of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, and in this video I'm going to be looking at Fatal Run for the Atari 2600. Let's take a look at the fact file for this one. And Fatal Run was released in 1990 in the UK. It was published by Atari and it was developed by Sculptured Software. The price I paid for it is just £1 and my copy is cart only, although I do also have the instructions. The current going rate for the game on eBay is around £20 plus for a box complete copy and roughly £10 for a cart only, although it was a little bit difficult for me to work that out as there wasn't a cartridge that had sold on its own. So as I just mentioned, my copy of the game is cart only, and here is that cartridge. It's got the sort of reddish brown sticker that a lot of Atari 2600 games had. It's got pretty good image on the front there with the words for the game name, Fatal Run, and or you can see a car blasting out from a post-apocalyptic wasteland or something along those lines. As you can see at the bottom there, copyright 1990 Atari Corporation. 1990, very late for an Atari 2600 game. I'm guessing this is one of the latest because the Atari had been around for 13 years at that point. And on the end of the cartridge, as you can see, very plain white text, Fatal Run and the Atari 2600 mentioned again there. So let's now take a quick look at the instructions. The instruction manual is quite comprehensive. It's got that image in black and white on the front of it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it's got a very elaborate overview. We'll just start by saying the year is 2089. A collision with a comet has left the Earth reeling from radiation poisoning. There's little hope for humanity's survival, and it's up to you to help the few remaining people. It then goes on to give a lot of information, but basically what you've got to do is drive a car between cities and deliver sort of anti-radiation vaccines and stuff like that, and also shoot some enemies. So it's then got the sort of getting started stuff, which is how to put a cartridge into the computer or the console in this case. And it has to be said, if you didn't know how to do that in 1990 on an Atari 2600, you're probably in big trouble. You can see there are options for a new game or resuming game, so there's actually a password system in it. And then moving on, you've got Drive for Your Life, and it gives you all the information about the controls and playing the game and stuff like that. There's a status display at the bottom of the screen, and it's actually got a screenshot or a screen representation, because that's clearly not a screenshot, at the bottom of the third page there. So you can see you've got shots, fuel, speedometer, radar, and then power levels for your engine, tires and armor. And then there's one that isn't actually denoted. I can't remember what that is off the top of my head, but we'll see when we get the game started. There's also things it says like you've got to be on the lookout for henchmen. They'll try to run you off the road, often banding together to stop your progress, and you can shoot them with machine gun. And then on the back you've also got information about when you get to the next city. You've also got things like being able to upgrade your vehicle by using the rewards that you get from rescuing or saving the people in the different cities. So lots of information there, which I can't be completely bothered to go through in a lot of detail, but you get the idea. Let's now stick the cartridge in an Atari 2600 and give it a go. Right then, here's the title screen for the game, and the first thing you'll notice is music on an Atari 2600 game. That's pretty much a rarity, apart from a couple of Activision games that I can think of. Also got a nice picture of a sort of desert scenario, or probably meant to be post-apocalyptic wasteland, with a nice sunset on it, and it says Fatal Run 1989 Atari at the top there, so I guess it was programmed in 89 even though it was released in 1990. And I'm not sure what it says on the side there, TUSA, don't know what that stands for, on the rocket. And you've also got the two options, which is for a new game or resume, which basically means putting a password in. I'll just show that screen, but there you go. That's the element for putting the password in, but I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to press that, and that's not going to work, I presume. Yeah, it's just started on level 1, so we may as well get on and play it now. So basically it's a driving game, and I would say it combines elements of road blasters because you can shoot the cars, Chase HQ because you can also ram them off the road, and yeah, that's probably the two main games I would say it's influenced by. And the idea of the game is to make your way from the start through 32 stages, I think it is, to basically, oh, that's a barrier, and oh, that's a collectible. Yeah, so to make your way through each stage to reach a city and save as many people as you can by giving them an anti-radiation vaccine. And if you complete all the stages, then you destroy a satellite for some reason that I can't remember. It mentioned in the instructions. So as you can see, we've got stuff on the road like oil slicks and barriers, which they drain your energy of your vehicle. The energy is the yellow bar in the bottom right. You've also got a limited number of bullets that you can shoot enemy cars with. I'll do that now with this one. You don't see anything on the screen, but you can hear a sort of machine gun noise. And there are collectibles. Sometimes they appear in the middle of the screen. They're sort of diamond shaped, and they're the colour of the thing that you're collecting. Which you've got tyres, tyres, engine. Can't remember what the green one's supposed to be. It probably said it in the instruction manual, but there was one missing on the instruction manual. The orange one is shields, which basically when they run out, you're dead, and you only get one car, one life. There are also things on the side of the screen. You just saw one there on the right, and there's another one just gone past on the left. Those diamond-shaped objects, those yellow ones, they restore your shields and other stuff on your car. Oh, there you go, and I've crashed, and that was game over. But that was just sort of a test run while I explained some of the stuff that was going on. So I'm going to have a more serious go of it now. It's that time again where I say thank you to all my channel members, whose names you can see here in my Supporters Hall of Fame. If you're enjoying this video and would like to join these fine folks and support my efforts, why not become a member yourself? For a monthly fee starting from just 99p, you can get access to the special membership perks shown on screen, and more besides. If you're interested, then please click on the join button below this video for more information. I'm just going to go with a new game because I don't have any codes to enter for the later levels. So, I mean, firstly, going back to this, for a Atari 2600 game, the presentation is really good. The music, the look of the graphics and stuff on this title screen are excellent. You're lucky if you get a title screen on most Atari games. And I did read, and then you've got another sort of pre-game screen here as well, which tells you who the programmer was, which is Steve Aguirre. And a picture of a city that you've got to get to. In fact, it tells you what your mission is, so let's just see that. But yeah, I read that this is the only 32K cartridge for the Atari 2600. All of them were less than 32K. So it's giving you the backstory there, which I'm just going to skip now. But it's another nice little cutscene, and let's get into the game. And I'll try and play it a bit more seriously this time. So yeah, what you've got to do is look out on the side of the road for these yellow diamonds, because they give you 500 points. And also, more significantly, they restore your health and other things like, I think, bullets possibly as well. But you don't know when they're going to come along, and you're going very fast. And I have to say, the representation of speed is pretty good. The cars are a bit naff looking, but you can only do so much with the Atari 2600. Oh, I just missed one of those things there. Atari 2600, even with 32K. I just topped up whatever the blue is, which I think is engine. There you go, that was blowing up an enemy car. They're all enemy cars, there's no like neutral cars. You can also smash in the side of them, and actually you can see on the left hand side at the bottom there's a little radar, and if one's coming up behind you, you can actually slam your brakes on and have it crash into the back of you as well. So it's quite well thought out, the game. You know, there's quite involving for an Atari 2600 game. The yellow things usually appear on the outer curve of the road, so if I just trundle along here I might get lucky. But then, of course, all your speed goes. There you go, there was one, but it was too far away, and that's a house now. So one will probably appear on this side now. But while you're doing this, you're running down the timer for getting to save people. So it's a bit counterproductive, really. Oh no, it appeared on the other side there. But yeah, you've got no idea when these things are coming, and you're going too fast to react when they come onto the screen. Oh, see, again, missed another one there, so it's going really badly at the moment. You do eventually run out of bullets as well. The little arrow in the middle below your speed represents how much ammo you've got left, and I think it's probably none now. So I really do with getting another one of those yellow things. I don't know if they appear at the same point in every game or if they're random, but there you go, missed another one there. You just never seem to pick the right side, unfortunately. Okay, and again I missed another one. So, all things being equal, it should be on this side. But then the screen turns around. Yeah. And I've finally reached the end of the first stage. And now you get a rundown of how many people you've saved. And you get some points for each one. So the most I've got when I've played it, not tried to get those yellow things, is 600. So I've got 450, so that's okay. So that then becomes basically currency to spend in this power-up section. So E is engine, T is tyres, A is armour, and F, I would guess, is fuel. But that doesn't appear on the screen. So what you'll see here is if I press the fire button on the E. No, what do I have to do? Oh, okay, I have to hold the fire button down. I don't have to hold the fire button down. I have to push left and right. So basically, if I push right, you can see my currency going down, and eventually the bar that represents the engine starts to fill up. And it also changes the colour of the letter depending on what level those things are at. So there you go. So I've got my armour up, I've got my engine up, I've got my tyres are all right anyway. Fuel I've left as it is because I think I've got enough to complete the next stage if I manage to do that. So there we go, you go on to the next stage. So there really is quite a lot going on in this game for an Atari 2600 game. It's pretty good. If it was released for a system with better graphics, then I think it would be quite impressive. On this one, it's a bit flickery and messy, but I mean, if you were still playing on a Atari 2600 in 1990, this does seem like a pretty decent game. The problem with it is getting those yellow diamonds, and without them you've got very little chance. There we go, I finally got one. You've got very little chance of making much progress beyond the first level. So you've got to try and get 3 or 4 of those on each stage to keep your energy topped up, and also it does replenish your bullets. I thought it did, which you're also going to need to dispatch the enemies. But it's very, very difficult to get those yellow things. Yeah, missed another one. It's annoying, and that it's a shame, because if you could get, if they appeared in the middle of the road, so you at least had a chance, or they were a bit slower, then it's actually got the makings of a pretty decent game. If you're a fan of the likes of Chase HQ and Road Blasters, it definitely ticks those kind of boxes. And you know, the scenery is a bit bland, but it does change from one stage to the next. Oh god, I just missed another one. And another one. Yeah, they just always seem to appear on the side that I haven't gone to, almost like it's mocking me somewhat. Yeah, missed another one. And I'm going to struggle to complete this stage if I don't. Yeah, and there we go. Driving down the side of the road, unfortunately, I think affects your engine or your tyres or something like that, and you explode ultimately. So yeah, that is a bit of a problem with it. Shall I have another go? Let's have one more go. See if I can collect a few of those yellow things. So I briefly talked about the graphics. I mean, the backgrounds are okay. There's just not a lot going on with the backgrounds. The road's just grey, as is the side of the road. It's a bit of a shame that's not a different colour, but we are talking Atari 2600 here. It's only capable of so much, and the graphics are quite colourful and multicoloured as well. The sound is literally just engine noises and a bit pathetic machine gun sound, unless you collect one of these diamond things, in which case it does. I mean, literally every time I go to the left hand side, they appear on the right, and vice versa. Yep, there's another one, and there was another one. So you really got, I think it's basically when the road bends the most, get onto the far side of it. Yeah, oh, I got one, there we go. Oh, now I've hit a barrier. So you get the idea. This game, by the way, was by Sculptured Software. I don't think it's the same programmer, but there's a game they did on the Commodore 64 called Street Surfer that I'm a big fan of. You might have seen it on some of my other videos. And in a way, it does remind me a little bit of that. There's, in as much as it's a racing game on a road, normal sort of red and white lines to denote the road moving and all that kind of stuff. But there's other stuff going on. In Street Surfer, it's like collecting the bottles and recycling and things like that. And in this one, you've got cars to shoot and things to pick up and stuff like that. So no idea if the same people were involved in the programming. Can't remember who did Street Surfer, but there are definitely a few similarities. For all I know, the Sculptured Software that did this isn't even the same one that did Street Surfer, but I'm assuming it is. Go on, give me one of those yellow dots. No. See, every time they just appear on the opposite side. I mean, I guess the idea is you travel a bit slower, but what's the point in that? It's a racing game, basically. Right, okay, so I made it to the city, the first city again. I would imagine because I went a bit faster, I will get a few more points here now. I didn't actually do too badly in terms of losing energy and stuff like that either. Yeah, so I got 600, which I think is the most. Fantastic time. Your speed has saved most of us. Great. And as you can see, all my stats are in pretty good shape. So I'm going to put a bit of fuel in. I guess that's enough. And up the armour to its full level. Which I seem to just be wasting stuff on that now. And I'm going to get going. I'll save that currency for the next level if I get to it. I really need a yellow thing here though, because I'm running out of what do you call them? Bullets. Oh, missed it. Oh, missed some power up in the middle there as well now. Oh, annoying as hell. It really is annoying. And you're just doing damage to your car driving on the side of it, so that makes it doubly annoying. Oh. Okay, that restored some of the blue, whatever that is. I think that's your tyres. Yeah, now I've run out of bullets, so I really need to get one of those things. So I'm hoping will be on this side. It should be, but I bet it appears on the right. Yeah, I'm just going to run out of energy here, aren't I? It's a bit annoying. Just giving you a better way to power your car up, or while you're driving, would really make it quite a decent game. It's still a pretty decent game. It's a very decent game, to be honest, for an Atari 2600 game. But yeah, ultimately, I'm going to be dead here because I'm going to run out of engine power in a second. One more bump and I think I'm dead. So I've just got to try and trundle along the middle of the road. And there we go. As I suspected, I'm dead. So that was a bit of a disaster because I just cannot pick those yellow diamonds up off the side of the screen. But anyway, I got 9,690 points. Like I say, for an Atari 2600 game, it's quite impressive. I'm sure nobody bought it because no one was playing on an Atari 2600 in 1990. But if you did, then I think you would have got a pretty decent game. So with that pretty much sums it up for this one. If you've got any thoughts about it, then please let me know in the video comments. And this is normally the point where I would choose a game to play next time in this series by spinning the wheel of names, but that's not happening this time because next time around I'm going to be playing a member's choice. So basically a member on my channel is going to be choosing what game I play next, and I'll be playing it next time around in this series. So until then, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you.